Hello, it's Friday and here we are. We've survived 5 days of lockdown. Is it 5? Maybe it's not quite as many. But how are you doing? Have you been sleeping? You've been not nagging? Have you sorted out a few things in the house and made it work a bit better? Maybe you have. I've got one more thing for you, which is a bit of a long burn, but it's something to think about. All children have this kind of inbuilt feeling of what's fair and what's not fair, and they also, because they're at home and at all times they've got needs that they want you to meet, and you're the parent, so why wouldn't you? That's how they think. They go, well, you're here. So I'm thinking, do you ever have this scenario where you say to your children, I need to do this, so you need to be quiet? And does it ever work? I know in our house that doesn't work. Hasn't worked for a long time. Don't think it ever did. And the more you say it and it doesn't work, the more frustrating it gets. So this is another way of looking at that. And this puts the focus on the child. So what you do is you love bomb your children. Love bombing is a bit of a weird thing to think about, but it's basically meeting all their needs now. So you say to them, what do you want me to do? They might want you to play, they might want to read, they might want you to make them something, they might want you to play in the garden, might want to go for a walk. Whatever it is, you say yes. Because right now there's nothing else to do, is there? So you may as well just say yes. Do whatever it is that they want. When they get to the point where they're looking like they're satisfied and they're settling down again, you can say to them, is it okay if I go and do some work now? That's what you'd say to a partner, or you'd say to a colleague when you finish doing something. Is it okay if I go and do some work now? And they might go, yeah, sure, we're fine. Or they might say, oh, can we just do this? Just do it. Because we're trying to fill up this bucket. When the bucket's full, it's much easier to go and do something else because all of their needs have been met. So a thing to do at this point, when they go, yeah, sure, fine, they're happy, or they're doing something and they're going to just keep pottering doing it, that's when you find the clock. Maybe you have one of these, maybe you don't. If you do have a clock with hands, it's good, because you don't need to use a timer. You can say to your children, look, the big hand is wherever it is. Say it's here. And you say, I'm going to be busy, and you can come and talk to me and ask me anything you want, and I'll get you anything you need when the big hand is there. And then you go away. You leave them with the clock. And they just need to watch that, and when it gets to the position that you said, they may or may not come and knock on the door and say they need something. But that's given you that window. This window of how long you can tell them that you can't be disturbed for will get longer. But in the beginning, just try short ones. But the essence of this is, first of all, you meet their needs. You do what they need. You give them what they need. And then that enables you to step away. Then you're not having this fight where you go, I told you to be quiet. I told you not to bother me. Because they go, well, why? It doesn't matter. What are you doing? It's so important. But I think in the family, it's important for children to understand that you have needs and they have needs. These are equal. Yours are not necessarily higher than theirs, or theirs higher than yours. But the more you talk about this and how, you don't want to pull out of the bag later on, well, I did what you wanted, so now you have to let me do what I want. It's not so much that. It's just talking, and maybe this is only once a day you can do this, but that's once a day when you can go, right, I've got this amount of time to focus. The other thing not to do is, while you're doing things with the children before you're going to go and do some work, don't be there planning, thinking. Don't have your phone out. Put all your attention on them and use this kind of mindful thought of being in the moment with them, because they will sense it if you're not paying attention. So this isn't spoiling them, this isn't treating them, this isn't doing them a favour, this isn't being overly kind, this is just filling them up so that you can step away and their needs are not there because you've already met them. So that's my tip of the day. as I said, it's going to be one you might need to work on. Find a clock. If you don't have a clock, you can use a timer, but it's a bit more tricky. But I'll leave that to you to suss out. And I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.